Hey guys, John here, and wow, this is what outside looks like. Other than going to the hospital and then coming back from the hospital, this is my first time outside in about over 5 days. So, yeah, I thought I'd make a quick little video now that I can talk a little bit, and give you a little bit of an update as to what happened and why I haven't been on the show. And a lot of you guys probably saw the picture of me in the hospital and stuff like that. So here's what happened. By the way, being laid up as long as I've been laid up this week, I've had a chance to watch Wheel of Time season 2. First season was okay. A lot of you told me the second season was better, and you're right. It was better than the first season. I like the second season. All caught up on Reacher, awesome. All caught up on Monarch. Monarch's getting awesome. I'm also watching this new Netflix series right now, The Brother's Son, with Michelle Yeoh. Really like. I'm only like 2.5 episodes through so far, but I'm really liking that so far. Okay, so here's what happened. So many of you who watched Monday's show with me and Rob, some of you probably recognized I was struggling a bit to get through that show. I was having to clear my throat a lot. You'd hear me cough. What you didn't hear was every time the camera would just go to Rob, I would mute my microphone and cough harshly. I was feeling okay, but I was just having a really, really bad cough. So, finished that. Monday night, I started to not feel great either. So Tuesday I decided I'd better just stay home, stay in bed. We canceled the show Tuesday. Well, as Tuesday went through, I started getting worse and worse and worse. So then we canceled the show again on Wednesday. And Wednesday it got so bad. Like, you think I'm sounding bad right now? This is nothing. But Wednesday I started getting so bad that, without exaggeration, it was every 2 to 3 seconds I was going into pretty bad spastic coughing fits. And I mean, it's a cough, right? But when you can't breathe without coughing, it gets pretty problematic. And I was only able to take like half breaths, and I was trying my best to just sit there and breathe very slowly, but still every 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, I was coughing consistently. And I know a lot of you who've had colds and flus and stuff like this can relate with this, but every time you cough, it's like doing a crunch. And when you're coughing and going into massive coughing fits, like every 5 seconds, everything in my midriff, every part of the mid part of my body was in agonizing pain. To breathe started to hurt because I felt like I had just done 5,000 crunches, which, I obviously I do on a regular basis. So the inability to breathe properly, the constant coughing, the physical pain, I started to get a little bit worried. So maybe not even worried. I just needed somebody to make it stop. So I called Ray and our buddy Ryan, and I asked them if they would come take me to the hospital on Wednesday night. So they came over, got me, took me to the hospital. And normally you go into an emergency room, and you got to sit down for about an hour or two before someone's finally able to come see you. Well, I got into I guess I looked like a bag of shit that had been run over by a truck, which is not unusual for how I normally look, I guess. But I guess I looked pretty bad because when I walked in, they looked at me and they said, "Yeah, we're gonna get you a bed right now." So they wheeled me in, and a big shout out to Ryan and Ray for being there for me. And the doctor came and talked to me, and they put me on oxygen, which was awesome. Put me on an IV, and they ran some blood tests, and then they did a chest X-ray, and then they came in and said, "We want to put you through a CT scan." So we went and did that as well. And ultimately, first of all, I gotta say the oxygen, laying there for like, after 3 or 4 hours just on the oxygen, like I started only coughing like once every minute or 2 minutes. Now I was just laying still, not talking, not doing anything, just focusing on my breathing. But oh my God, the oxygen was like so helpful. So finally, after all the scans and everything later, I think it was the next day now, the doctor came back in and said basically, okay, so you're negative for coronavirus, which I had already tested at home for that. They said, what we think, pardon me, what we think has happened here is like you caught a particularly nasty virus. And what it did was it inflamed, like a lot of these rhinoviruses and stuff will do. It inflamed your airways. And what we think is that the virus will pass, but the airways are going to stay inflamed for a while. They put me on more medication, kept me there a while longer, kept me on the oxygen and stuff like that, and sent me home. Now, so the last 2 days, each day I've felt progressively better. And even though my cough sounds really bad right now, I understand it does, but believe me, this is like so good compared to what it was like 48 hours ago. And so they said we might be wrong. Like if it gets worse or whatever, come back to the emergency, see your doctor right away. But it's been getting a little bit progressively better day by day. So here I am on Saturday. The plan is to be back on Monday. I'm hoping, like obviously if I had to do the show today, I couldn't. But I think if everything continues the way it's going, tomorrow I'm going to feel better. And then hopefully Monday I'll feel even better. And while I might be a little rough on Monday, the doctors assured me I'm far beyond being contagious at this point. So no one's going to catch anything from me. But the hope is Monday I'll be able to be back and do the show on Monday. And yeah, so first of all, big thank you to everybody who sent out well wishes to me. Big thank you to, again, Ray and Ryan for looking after me and not just taking me to the hospital and staying at the hospital with me the whole time I was there, but also doing runs for me. Like I needed orange juice. They went and got me orange juice. I needed whatever. Like Ray knew I hadn't eaten in about 3 days. So Ray went and got me some hot wonton soup, did miracles for me. Big shout out to also Jonathan and Chris and Ray for having the show keep going the last couple of days. And yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. That's where I'm at right now. And thankfully, Anne came home last night. So I was actually glad she was gone when I was super sick, because there's nothing she would have been able to do. And so she just would have felt horrible. And so I'm kind of glad she was away while I was super sick. But Anne's back now. So yeah, so hopefully see you Monday. If not Monday, I'm sure Tuesday or Wednesday. But that's where I am right now. I'm still having trouble moving and walking a little bit because, again, the abdominal pain from like 72 hours of nonstop coughing was a trip. Again, I'm sure many of you can relate with that one. But yeah, that's it for now. Thanks a lot for joining me, guys. Hopefully I'll see you Monday, if not soon after that. And I'll talk to you guys later.